Hello everyone and welcome to the Marketing Mix. This week I have got one of my favourite people joining me. We met through Small Business Saturday. We're both a Small Biz 100 and I like to think I'm organised, but when I grow up I want to be her. I want to be Michelle Collins. So Michelle Collins is, she's just like mega organised, and she owns her own business that helps people out with things that they need to do that they don't have time to do. But I'm going to don't forget that I've got loads of questions for Michelle. But if you have questions for Michelle, pop them in the comments, and I can see a few people joining now. So pop in the comments where you're joining from and what your business is. And while you're doing that, I'm going to ask Michelle to introduce herself.
Thank you. And thanks for the warm welcome, Manal. We did meet a number of years ago, didn't we? In that fancy London town, maybe at Downing Street the first time. And it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. So thanks for the invite today. So I am Can-Do Collins, Michelle Collins. I am a Pink Spaghetti franchisee. And I cover the areas. So my networking area is Chester and North Wales. There's 56 of us across the country now. And I was franchisee number 6. And I went to a conference at the weekend and I met all the other franchisees because we hadn't caught up for over 18 months. And somebody asked me about what it was like. It was the newest franchisee, asked me what it was like when I started. And to be perfectly honest, I hadn't realised how different and how much the business had evolved. But of course, it's all about saving people time. And back in the day when I started, one of our biggest services was selling items on eBay for people. So people who just didn't want that faff, didn't want to spend their time, didn't want to spend, all that energy photographing and listing and going to the post office. And we turned it into a really, really slick process. And it was fantastic at the time. But now, of course, people aren't really interested in eBay. What people are interested in is how do they manage their diaries? Can we help them? CRM systems. How do they manage to get themselves out on social media consistently, quickly? So all of those different things now are more about time saving and helping small businesses create those. So in the 6 years that I've been a Pink Spaghetti PA, it's all changed a lot.
Wow. And she won't tell you this because I told her to tell you just before we came on, but she won 3 awards at this conference. So Pink Spaghetti rewarded Michelle with 3 different awards for doing what she does best. So do you want to just tell us what you won?
Yeah, I will. And I haven't. Shame on me. I haven't actually changed my wall of fame yet. So I've got the new awards to go up. So as one of the longest standing Pink Spaghetti franchisees, I got an award for my turnover. So I came second place for that, which, I've got a great team. There's 7 of us in total now. So I've got quite a big business for Pink Spaghetti. The other one was consistency. So this is about running a good business. So there's a number of things that we're expected to do as franchisees, and that can be around social media, sending out our newsletters, which of course is, your specialist subject, but also about having a certain standard and being in the top 20 or the top 10. We actually have a what's it called? A list, a kind of where you are. Yeah, a league table. So if you're consistently in the top 10 or the top 20, you get your consistency award. And the other one, the last one, which I'm most proud of, is the leadership award. So that was actually sponsored by a HR company, a small HR company. And they were looking for the franchisee who were doing good things with the team, who were leading them in a different, or in the best way, in a different way. And you know what? I've got an amazing team, so that was really easy for me. Not really easy, but I picked up that award and I'm so proud of it. It's the one that I would have, out of them all, there was that and the community one, which one of the other franchisees who I absolutely adore won. So that was a good one for me too.
Oh, very cool. Well, congratulations. And
thank you.
Gosh, being rewarded for what you do is just such a pleasure, really. So for what you love doing. So that's well done, you and the team. Thank you. I can see that there are people here, so do pop a comment into the box just to let me know who you are, because Michelle and I are just going to have a chit chat to ourselves, and We won't know if you're enjoying it or have got any questions until you tell us in the comments. So if you're a little bit shy, just tell me who you are and where you're watching from and what your business name is. And I'm going to ask Michelle my first question, which is something that always interests me about other people, but particularly Michelle, is how do you organise your time? Because let's face it, you've got your team, and then you've got all the clients that you're managing as well. So you're organising for them, but what do you do to organise your time and stay on top of it all?
I have to do it almost on a daily basis. So a lot of our clients, I've got the most amazing clients as well as having a fabulous team. Some are very, very disorganised. Some are mega organised. Everybody needs us for a different reason. So we get lots of last minute requests. Some of these last minute requests could be a 10-minute job, or they could be a 2-hour job. Today, we've been looking for Father Christmas. I kid you not. We've actually had a job in today to try and help a business find a Father Christmas, because their Father Christmas, who's due to arrive in November. But I know there's only one, but this Father Christmas has gone off sick, can't make it. So that was kind of, that could be a 10-minute job, or as you can imagine, Father Christmas is a bit rare on the ground this year because all those grottos are back in action. So we get lots of last minute demands. So my absolute go-to, I know it doesn't work for everybody, I love Todoist. So it's an app. Yeah. It's an app called Todoist. I only use the free version, and this is working with small businesses. We normally go for the free versions or see what we can get out of those. And essentially, I run my whole business and my whole life on it. It's a really easy to use app. You put in your tasks. So you can put in your tasks for each and every day. You can allocate them to people. And on the free version, you can allocate them up to as many people as you want. So you could share with clients. And then the thing that I really like about it is you can put recurring tasks on there. So if it's every Monday, you need to plan an email to go out. Or if it's every Friday, you want to do your invoicing, or you need to reconcile your banking so people don't get reminders. Whatever it is you need to do, you can actually set recurring tasks, and it could be every work day, every fortnight, every month, every 30th, every however you want it. And you can move those tasks around as well really easily. So if I was going to have a day off tomorrow, and I wanted to hand the task to one of my team, I could just pop their name in and the task would go to them as well.
Oh, delegation. Like it. Oh, it's one of your fellow Pink Spaghettiers is on today.
Hi, Helen.
Nice to have you here. We've got Jackie watching from Cheshire.
Hi, Jackie.
We got, let's get Kath from Woking. You shredding.
From the Wirral, yes. Kath is another of my networking, as is Jackie from my networking group.
I said Woking. I meant the Wirral. I don't know why I said I said Woking. We got Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, you know Michelle.
I do know Michelle. Yeah.
I'm going to share one of my friends. That's my sister. Joining in, learning how to do more in less time. So, one of the things, so you mentioned Todoist, that's your ultimate sort of favourite organisation app. Right at the beginning in the introduction, you mentioned CRMs, and so what is the demand for that, and why should people have a CRM?
Okay, so Todoist is my favourite in terms of those daily tasks, things that you don't need huge amounts of information about. But CRM systems, people, lots and lots of clients coming to us at the moment because they have information everywhere. So you find a new client, or you want to speak to somebody, and they sent you an email 2 weeks ago. So you're busily looking through that really, really busy inbox. Maybe you've saved their number in your phone. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you met with them on LinkedIn, or they're a networking contact, and I've got, the business card, is it the business? Where is this person's information? So the CRM systems are really, really coming into their own now. So most people who are coming to us are using them for their pipeline. So from meeting somebody either at networking, or somebody's got in touch after going onto your website, who is this person? what do they do and what do they need. And the CRM system can pull, obviously, it's only as good as you're going to, the person using it. You have to get that data in there. But once it's in there, it's really quick and easy to use. So that could be, I even have it, and again, it has reminders. You can put notes in there. And as well as having Todoist and all those reminders, you must think my life just pings everywhere. But even my team members are in my CRM system, and it tells me when their work anniversary is, so I can send them,
and you know what? That's why you're such a great boss.
Hey, there you go. Thanks, Laura. So in our CRM system, Laura will know exactly how it works, but there's all sorts of information in there. And I even have, I'm going to let you into a pink secret, it even has a box for Christmas card list, which is very relevant at the moment because that takes a lot of time. So when somebody's information goes in there, I always make sure that we capture their postal address as well. And when it comes to writing that Christmas card list, instead of having to start thinking about where's all this information, I can just do a data sort, press the button, and it will give me an Excel sheet or a CSV file with all those names and addresses on, ready to go.
Cool. Is there a CRM system that you recommend, or one that you use that you love?
We love, I'm saying we, because I know some of my team are here, but Capsule CRM is the preferred, I think, for most of the Prink Spaghetti network as well. And a more unusual use. So normally we're using it for people who have got a pipeline in terms of somebody they want to land as a client. We've been working with a wedding venue recently, and we've even set them up on it for all the information from the brides, from those queries. So it's not just your business coaches. So it's not your business coaches. It's not your social media companies. It can be used in different ways for many different people.
That's interesting, because I use HubSpot, and I use it in the same way that you use it. So for someone who comes to me, like maybe they've come to my website or however, they found me and they want to talk to me about how we work together, that's the point where they go in as a lead, and then I work through like, okay, well, I've had a meeting with them and I've sent them a proposal and I've sent them a contract, and so I'm working them that way, and it reminds me how I'm like the conversations that we've had, and I've got the sort of the HubSpot plugin for Outlook, so whenever I email them from Outlook, I just press the HubSpot button, and it automatically sends that email to HubSpot to their contact.
And that's very similar with Capsule.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's so useful because you're trying to find that one email, and like invariably you can't. But if you do use a CRM and you are keeping your contacts up to date, you're right. It's as good as the information you put in, but just going to that one contact and seeing it all in the one place is amazing. So
and it's fantastic. If you've got a process and you can use it, it is always going to save you time. And that's one of the things we use. And one of the things I really like it for, people think that, or people come to us and they say that they really need our help. And we say yes, and we have a conversation, and they tell us what tasks they need help with, and we have a big conversation, and then frequently these clients or prospective clients, they disappear for 3, 4, 5 months. Because they're just not ready to hand over the work. So it's so when they do come back, or in 3 or 4 months' time, the longest was a year, from sending a quote out to someone coming back. When they do come back, you can just go straight into CRM and you can pick up exactly where you were. Remember what you've told them, what services they were looking for, and it absolutely works for me.
Cool. Well, Sarah's saying that it's Sarah. I know Sarah. She uses Pink Spaghetti to help her do her accounts, which is amazing. And Tracy today from RC Graphics, signage specialist in Yorkshire. I grew up in West Yorkshire, I'll have you know. The accent doesn't represent that.
It's a show.
If you do have any questions for Michelle, just pop them into the comments box and I will read out as many. But while I've got her and I'm going to capitalise on her time, I'm just going to ask you, what do you think the number one thing is that people put off doing?
Somebody's just said accounts, bookkeeping. Invoicing. Invoicing, actually, most people will get down to because they want to get their money in. But we've had some clients. Laura very patiently once had to go through a zero account that hadn't been reconciled for a year. So the person had been out spending, paying bills, invoice, nothing had been reconciled for a year. And I'll be honest, there's no way I could have done that task. But Laura's that methodical; she could just work her way through it. And it must have been like the biggest, jigsaw puzzle. Other things people aren't confident about. So we get a lot of requests for copywriting or blog writing. People leave it to the bottom of the list because they're not sure where to start. So that type of thing. So the everyday tasks that fall off the end of the list, the ones people aren't so interested in.
And what, like, outside of getting in touch with you and getting those things off their to-do list and onto yours, what's your advice to people that keep putting things off?
Just to get started. Carve out the time. Out the time. So whether it's from Todoist or there's a saying, I remember when we first started Pink Spaghetti, we used to have loads of memes with frogs on. Eat that frog. Do that job that you don't want to do first.
Do you know, that's the second time I've heard that phrase and I've never heard it before. Where does that come from? Eat that frog.
You know what? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Really weird.
I'd have to go back down my Instagram account about 3 years and find that frog and find who said it. But yeah, eat the frog. Do the thing you don't want to do first.
Yeah, that's me. So two things. So that, because I posted on my Instagram last week and somebody about the thing that I've been putting off doing, segmenting my list. I finally did it. Sandy, great. She's in my Facebook group. It's a book.
Thank you.
So somebody ate that frog, and I was like, what?
Oh no, I didn't.
To the copywriting, I've seen this twice now in a week. Is a screenshot of a memo that I've forgotten his first. It's not Ian Ogilvy, he's the saint, but Ogilvy of advertising fame. I've forgotten his first name. An internal memo that he sent to his company about copywriting.
Okay.
And I've seen that twice in less than a week. So it's obviously doing the rounds. But copywriting, one of the things was to write as you speak.
Yes.
So that people can, when they read it, they can hear you in their heads. So that's good. Sandy says that Eat That Frog is by Brian Tracy. So if you fancy that book,
maybe I should look more into it. I know the theory. Just get it done. And in fact, my children leave the house at 7:30 now. They've cleared the house by 7:30. So I have in my Todoist, you can actually flag your tasks in priority order.
Yeah.
So I have tasks that are red flagged every day, and those tasks have to be done before 8:30. And they're just done. There's just no messing. It's 7:30. I crack on before I've had my breakfast, usher the children out the door, and then those red frogs, those red tasks are just completed. And I often put really quick tasks in there as well. So things, just that I need to check for quality, or the quickest emails that I need to send to start off a chain or a process or whatever. Those really quick things go in. And you know what? Sometimes my Todoist list, so my number of tasks, normally when I wake up, it's normally about 26 tasks in a day. Some are quick, some are not so quick. But that 26, it can more or less go down to about 16 really quickly before 9 o'clock. And then I feel like I'm winning.
Yeah. I have to ask, what happens if you miss one of them? Like, does the red flag start pinging you or something?
No. And sometimes I look at it and then I change it, the colour of the flag, and I'll just move it down the list a little bit. Every now and then I'll think, oh, no, I just, but that's how I keep myself on top of everything.
And I guess if you're quite a visual person as well, having those categories helps you to decipher sort of really
they
quite
actually
easily.
Come in that list in that order.
What the priority is.
Some of those tasks might just be to give a client a nudge because we need some content from them.
Yeah.
And it could be the quickest of tasks, but it's crossed off the list really, really quickly.
Yeah, that's cool. Sarah says that Word has a dictation facility, handy for blogs. Definitely.
And the other one to add to that I really, really like, particularly if you're thinking about your confidence in your blog or your copywriting, Word also has a read functionality. So if you wanted to, you could get yourself organized, write your blog, do what you need to do, or write your copy, and then press read out loud and leave it to read out loud while you just tidy your desk or you do something, and you get a real sense check of what it sounds like.
Wow.
So we like that.
I'm really bad with well, I say really bad. I have been bad with actually doing the writing, but I've got a list. Oh gosh, there's my list of blog posts I have to. Oh, it's not very clear. I have to write, and the deadline by when the date that they're going to get published, and that's actually going into January. The first last one is for January, so I need to get those done. But I'm one of those that sort of writes the blog post, and then I kind of read through it after I've written it and edit it a little bit. And then about a day later or 2 days later, I go back. So I've just edit it again. I've just had one go live on the Enterprise Nation website, and I sent it to them last Thursday after 3 times of reading it. And the third time I was going, oh, should I change this word to this? Should I use this? And I was like, no, that's it. Yes. You're done. You're changing my individual words. You're done.
And do you write in bulk? So will you write 2 or 3 at a time? Because I think this is something. Do you not?
No. And people say that you should do that. I might give it a try. Maybe as we get into December, I might write the last few in one go. But I find that I kind of get my head into one topic, and then I find it difficult to get out of that and into another one straight away. I need a bit of a break. And I know people say write in bulk, but I find it, I can't do it. I have to sit down and plan out what I'm writing about. Normally I start with I start with an A4 piece of paper, and I start with a topic in the middle, and I do a mind map of the things that come to mind of what I want to talk about in that topic. And then I start going, oh, well, for whatever heading, I'll say, right, you might remember to mention this, this, and this. And then that's how I build it out. And then I actually write the guts of it. So I never write the introduction paragraph. I just go straight into the thing. And then as I get to the end, then I write my call to action. Then I go back and write the intro. And then I go back and decide on the title. So it always has a working title, but it might not be what
it ends up being.
Yeah.
And I think it is horses for courses, and it's what people are comfortable with. But I think sometimes people are often surprised at the speed we can work talking about their business, for example, if we're doing some blog writing for them. But for us, I think once you're in the zone of a certain person's business, it is then a lot easier just to keep on going,
for sure,
rather than putting it down and picking it back up again. And I think that sometimes it can work.
And I do find that same for my clients. It's like sit down and do a bunch of it at the same time rather than doing it in bits and bobs. But like my stuff comes in bits and bobs when I sort of fit it in around everything else. Sandy says that she batches up her tasks, so that's really good. If I do stuff, videos, I will try and do more than one in one go, especially given that you need to make yourself look presentable these days. So I look like I've got out of bed. So get the hair done and everything. Get the videos done. She's written a storyboard for each one. So
one thing
that's really
I saw Martha Brooks Stationery. They did a reel. This is a while back on Instagram, and they showed how they did the video. And I'm sure Sandy will love this, but they did their video and what they were actually doing, because obviously they didn't want to have the same person in each in the same outfit. But they were literally putting their hands in to pick up stationery or to do something with a book or open a book, and they literally had a rail of clothes there, and they had different sleeves, so they were literally just putting their arm into a sleeve and doing it. And I was like, genius. That is time saving, isn't it? Get your cups, get everything you need, and then just have that sleeve there. It's a great idea.
I remember a couple of maybe 3 years ago, I did a Twitter challenge, and I had 18 videos to record. And so then I wrote down, they were only very short videos, but I remember spending a Saturday afternoon. I thought, right, I'm just do it when I've got no interruptions. And I'd written out all the 18, and then next to it, I wrote all, because it was going to be a video a day. Then I wrote the outfit next to each one. So then what I did was I put on one outfit and did all the videos that had that, that was in that outfit. And then I just did all of that in one batch, and all the 18 were done. I mean, they weren't very long. They were maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. But it took me an afternoon, but batching them up like that was really...
Well, it's better to do it in an afternoon, isn't it, than kind of have to play it out each time, getting organised each time. Fantastic.
Yeah. All those outfit changes as well. Snackering. Oh, dear. Sandy, I hope we're giving you some tips about how you can...
I've just thought of another tool that I really like that might be worth sharing. So if you don't know... if you don't know where you're spending your time in your day. So this is a big starting point. We had a query last week from somebody, and they said, we just need you to help us work out what we're spending. And we're not with these people, but how can we help people map out and sort out their diary and know if they've got time to take another client on? And the tool that we use for that is called Toggl.
I use Toggl. Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So Toggl. And you can use it as a team. You can use it, you can set it up by client, by project, for your own admin. So if you are thinking that, sort of, where's your day going? What are you spending your time doing? And, if you want to outsource, what is the thing to get rid of? What's taking you so long that would take somebody less time to do? And we love it because, again, it's the main time management, tool that we use for the business. And of course, that's how we used to bill our clients. Yep. But it's absolutely fantastic in terms of you can just pull off a CSV file. So you pull off the CSV, you can sort through your tasks and you work out across the week or across the month exactly how long you've spent getting yourself organised. Totally free, takes about 10 minutes to set up.
Yeah, I was going to say I only use the free version, and where I've got clients that are charged by the amount of time I spend, I track everything that I do for them, which means that I'm billing them for the amount of time that they've spent, that I've spent on their work. So it is amazing.
And you can use it.
All about using it for yourself to see where you're spending most of your time.
Yes, yeah. So what sort of, you can use it on your desktop, but you can also use it on your phone. So even if you're popping out, if you've got a job where you're delivering items or you need to pop to the post office, how are you doing it? If you've got to, so back in the day when we had eBay, I could have gone to the post office with my what are they called? Drop and go cards. But I worked out the amount of time I was spending. I'd be better off spending, sort of with a courier company picking up the parcels for an extra 40 pence, because I was spending so long kind of going out. But so you can use it on your phone, you can use it absolutely anywhere. And I like that.
We're just nearing the end. Quick tips from you on how people can avoid procrastination, because I know that's the thing that really gets in the way of you getting things done.
Yeah, I think it's that frog, isn't it? It's just get it done. If there's something so I have to do is I have all of these tasks. If I am really stuck, I will if I think, right, this is something that has to be done tomorrow, I get a piece of A4 and I write on it in big letters and I leave it on my keyboard so it cannot be ignored the next day. I think it's just get on and do it. And if you need to bring somebody in to help you with those tasks, if you're going to procrastinate on the same tasks time after time after time, maybe it's time to just get rid of the tasks and then focus on doing something that you really enjoy, and then you'll feel more motivated as well.
For sure. I know, like for me, it's always about really looking at how big the task is and then starting with one small thing.
I was going to say, chunk it up.
When I've done that, it feels like a little win, right? So that it's an incentive.
And it keeps you motivated. It keeps you carrying through, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We're almost out of time. Do check out Pink Spaghetti if you have things to outsource. Michelle covers Chester.
I cover Chester and North Wales, but I have clients all over the country.
Cool.
But I'll pop, and if you want me to, I will pop some of the tools into the link.
Yeah, definitely. And in 2 weeks' time, I'm talking to Luann Wise, who is going to tell us all the major updates on the social media networks that have happened this year and what she thinks might be happening into next year. So join me in 2 weeks' time to listen to Luann giving a kind of quick update on what's happened on the networks that we all know and love. So thanks so much for joining us today. Thank you again, Michelle. It's been really great talking about time management and how to get more out of your day. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.